Hey guys, this is Dan, your podcast buddy. Today is actually a very special day. Why? Because today marks our very first episode of podcast called Bling Bling Buzz, BBB for short, of course, and it's brought to you by Emoji. So today we're going to talk about screen time versus productivity. Personally, I think this is a very hot topic among all of us that are working, not only employer, but for employee also. There's a lot of controversial element that present in this topic. Today, I'm just going to challenge the myth of people always say that screen times equal to more productivity. So what I want you to do, hold on to your screen wipes and let's get to it. And spoiler alert, life's not that simple. So I'm going to talk about the traditional notion that reducing screen times equals key to productivity. But how do we prove that's correct? So we all heard that less screen time equals Zen productivity, being the state of Zen. But what if I tell you that there's more to the story? Let's break it down together. Think about it. For a graphic designer, screens are like the paintbrushes. And for coders, screens are their playgrounds. Screens aren't just distractions if you think about it. They're essential tools for success. It's how we want to balance. The key here is moderation. My job here is to enlighten. We need to celebrate the diverse perspective for all occupations. I just want to let you guys know we're all different. What works for one might not work for another. Some find inspiration in nature, for example, a writer, but for graphic designer, coders, they are thrive in digital realm, and that's cool. No one size fits all here. Here I want to emphasize the quality versus the quantity. So instead of obsessing over cutting down hours in front of the screen, let's talk about making those hours count. Those hours matter. It's not about the quantity, it's all about quality. It's same about relationship. I always advocate for a balanced approach, incorporating breaks and non-screen activities. And there's this one very famous, I would call it eye therapy or eye exercise, however you want to name it, 20-20-20 rule. It's very famous among eye care practitioners now. Whenever you go to any optometry practice, the optometrist will suggest you those 20-20-20 rule. All right, let me break it down to you. What is it all about? The first 20 is 20 minutes of any near work that you do. Computer work, reading, you set a timer. I know it could be tedious at first, but practice makes perfect. So the first 20, you do any near works for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you rest for 20 seconds. When you rest for that 20 seconds, you look far for about 20 feet, roughly. If you notice, back in the days, our grandparents, I think our dad, our mom, always said that, always look at the green things, always looks at green things. Why? Because in the village, back in the days, everywhere where they look around, it's green, it's trees, mountains. So that's what they meant actually, look green, look for something green. But that's why the first 20 minutes, you do any new work. The second 20, you rest for 20 seconds. And the last one, you look roughly about 20 feet. Or to make it even more simpler, you just look far. When you rest, you look far, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to close your laptops, or close everything and then sleep. No. Go for toilet breaks. Go for snacks break. As long as you take away your gaze from the computer itself. Like I said just now, balance, my friend, is the key. And like I said to you just now, about throwing in some breaks, getting some fresh air, and maybe even doing some stuff that doesn't involve staring at the screen. It's all about keeping the equilibrium, balance. Another aspect that I want you guys to look into about is that we need to recognize the growing integration of screens in our lives, especially us Asians. We are screen-centric culture. Our culture revolves around screen, revolves around books, studies, tuition all day long. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to it. Shout out to all my Asian friends out there. Screens are everywhere nowadays, at work, at home, even in our pockets, phones. Instead of trying to escape them, let's talk about embracing and navigating this digital jungle, embrace them. How? You need to be creative. You need to assimilate with digital. Use them, not let them use and control your life. I want you to be able to foster creativity, explore how screen time fosters creativity and innovation. How? Ever thought about how cool stuff like virtual reality and digital art happens? It's fun, right? It's fun, it's pretty. It's often a result of people spending serious screen time. See, quality. Again, if you remember a few points that I said before, emphasize quality. So rather than just dive deep for 10 hours straight without having a proper productivity, please think about serious quality screen time and pushing creative boundaries. So when you immersed in screen work, quality screen work, you're gonna make the most out of it. Let me share you a quick story. I used to be very skeptical about screen time. As an optometrist, I always advocate for less screen time, used to. But when I think about it, why not maximize our screen time itself? As an optometrist, I firsthand understand because I give advice to my patients, to my customer about navigating in this digital realm to ensure that their eyes are always fresh and healthy. In other words, not tired. I'm pretty sure, I believe most of us nowadays that always experience with phones, digital device will have the same issues. So I want you guys to realize its power in your life and in your work, like how I realize. Because when you're maximizing quality screen time, it is really beneficial. Like I've said before, moderation is the key. You don't always look something just at a plateau or one angle. See it as a bigger picture, because nowadays I truly believe without digital device, our life won't be that easier, our life won't be that fun. For example, Netflix, games, any type of transactions, they need digital device. To summarize, I want us to always look at a holistic POV, point of view. Always look at a bigger angle picture so that you can see, oh, this is what actually happening. So in a nutshell, it's not about demonizing or glorifying screen time. It's not about that actually. Let's appreciate its role in our lives and make it work for us. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up for today's session. Thanks for tuning in to Bling Bling Buzz. Again, if you like it, it's me Dan. If you don't like it, it's my director Justin. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.